Happy Tuesday. It's Dr. Crypto here with another Bitcoin update and a Crypto.com Cronos update too. So I hope everybody is enjoying this bull market and enjoying those nice, tasty, luscious gains that we've been making, because there's lots more to come. But in short term, there could be also pullbacks as well. Because don't forget, every time we get a big pump, we could get a pullback as well of up to 21%. Generally, that's what rule of thumb seems to be in the bull market. And that's what I've experienced. But anyway, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated. I'm a new channel. If you don't like what I'm doing, give us a thumbs down. You know, because at the end of the day, it all helps out with that algorithm. I don't want to give you a thumbs down, but if you do, you do. It's just the way it is. But let's get straight into it, shall we? So we can see on Bitcoin in the moment, people have been talking about this rounded top here, which could be a bearish formation. And these are my targets here. If we do come down a little bit more, there's a lot of support around about that 71,000 mark. So if we do come back, I'm expecting we could bounce here and then come up. I'm expecting this could be a bear trap, to be honest with you. But obviously we could come back down further to around about that 70,000, where again, there is a lot of support down there, and then make a way back up. But one thing I just will point out to you as well, don't forget, we've got some big data coming out today. We've got the core inflation month on month and year on year, inflation rate month on month. And we've got inflation rate year on year. So you just got to bear that one in mind, because hopefully the price target is around about 3.1. So if we can get like the inflation coming down, that's going to be good, because at the moment, the Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve are after that 2%. That's their target. If they can get below 2%, they will do, because as you know, with inflation, it's very sticky. So they say 2%. I think ideally they would like it to go under 2%. So on true inflation, we can see here actually on trueinflation.com, which is the one I actually believe more than I would actually the government. But at the moment, it says year on year change update is that inflation is at 1.65%. So we're below that 2% target. So today is certainly, and this is on trueinflation.com. So today is going to be a very interesting day to see if that data is true, and it is coming down. Now, obviously, if it comes down, that means that we could be getting rate cuts very soon. Could we be getting it this month? I'm not too sure, but obviously it all comes down to that data, because Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve go off the data. And if the data says it's coming down and it comes down to their target, it could well be. But if I've got a funny feeling they're not going to cut yet just in March. I think it's going to be a bit later on in the year. But just be aware of that. In that. So yeah, so looking all good. So like I said, we've got like the top information come down there, the areas of support here, but don't forget we've got BlackRock now buying it, $562.9 million. They keep on buying when a lot of retail start getting fearful and start selling. And I'm also not saying that you should never take profits, but they are keep on buying. And we can see here, Bitcoin ETFs have already traded $6 billion. That's nothing to be sniffed at. And don't forget, we've got all these big pumps that have been happening in Bitcoin, and this is prior to the halving. Normally, we get these moves after the halving, but obviously with these ETFs have come out now, it's sort of changed that landscape on the crypto space. So obviously, what is going to happen after this halving? Are we going to get more upside? Because don't forget, I'll say this over and over again, nobody knows where the top is and nobody knows where the bottom is. But at the moment, we've got blocks remaining, 5.667, and we've got days left, 37 days, 5 hours left for that Bitcoin halving. So yeah, lots of exciting news, a lot of developments happening. The crypto space is getting more excited, in my opinion, and I'm really extra bullish. But like I say, you can see here, we've got like the total market cap is at 2.69 trillion. That's for everything. And then, like I said, we've got Bitcoin sitting at $1.4 billion in market cap, which is nothing to be sniffed at. You know, so like I said, what I'm waiting for now is I'm waiting for Bitcoin to calm down, and I want that Bitcoin dominance to come down. And once that dominance really comes down and we can get below 50%, and further down, that means alt season could explode, and that is where we start making those parabolic gains. Because really, in all fairness, if you look at the bubbles on here when it all loads up, you know, it's a bit of a mixed hat. It's a bit red at the moment, but on the hourly, it's all red. It's just like everything is just, all the altcoins are starting to reset. ready for some next moves to the upside. So at the moment, we're all red because obviously it's Bitcoin's moment at the moment, but that's coming to an end where you're going to get a lot of people who are going to be starting to flip from Bitcoin, and they're going to go directly to Ethereum, because like I said, in the cycle, we've got Ethereum, which is also creating that top as well. And we could come down to that area of support around about 39,070. But obviously, it's starting to become Ethereum's time. And what happens is all that liquidity comes from Bitcoin down to Ethereum to the higher caps, then to the mid caps, and then there's a low cap. So remember that kind of structure, and I put it in previous videos. So you just got to bear that one in mind. But your coins haven't moved yet. They will move at some point, and hopefully it's going to be to the upside, but nothing's ever guaranteed. I'll be honest with you. But, you know, we're in those stages, those very early stages at the moment. When those altcoins move, you're going to see some big gains coming around. So let's have a quick check and see how our favorite coin, Cronos, is doing. So just checking out CRO and crypto.com. So we've seen at the moment CRO is just suddenly dropped down around about 4.44%, which is, you know, in the crypto space, that's nothing really, to be honest with you. You know, because obviously we've got like the Bitcoin at the moment, which has been quite dominant, and the dominance on Bitcoin is gradually going up. It's around about that 54% at the moment. So obviously you tend to find a lot of the altcoins do bleed against Bitcoin, and we can see that right here and now. You've got a few who turn in green now, but overall we're down around about 4.43%, which is nothing really. Maybe, I don't know, it depends on yourselves. Like, if you think we're going to go higher and higher and higher, it could be buy the dip opportunity, but obviously Bitcoin could drop a little bit further. And also, like I said, it all depends on what the data comes out like today in terms of inflation. But we can see here on CRO at the moment, we can see it's just been beautiful, really. It's just been that beautiful on the daily, that beautiful trend line there, just following it perfectly. And like here, we're just right here, right at the beginning, got a beautiful support here. And this trend line here has just been perfectly moving up. And like I said, you know, every time you go up, you've got to expect there's going to be little pullbacks on the way. And when people get so used to seeing the green candles, and when they get a little red candle, it says, oh my gosh, we're going to go down further. This is a crash. This is going to be a massive crash. And people start panicking. Like here, so you've got this beautiful movement up, and you're getting used to all those gains, and then suddenly you see your portfolio drop down 4, 5, 10%, even to some point 20%. Like, you know, so you've just got, I don't know, because I've been through a few bear markets now, and you sort of get used to it. And I thought, when I first started in crypto, it was a big shock. It was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, we've dropped down like 10%. I saw my money up at X amount and then down by 10, 20%, like, and I was gutted. But, you know, you sort of get used to it, and you have this risk management. Like I said, in every kind of project, you have a risk management. And like I said, always find out where you want to take profits and where you want to buy. You always have risk management. Nothing I say on this channel is ever financial advice at all. I'm only telling you what I'm doing. But, you know, at the moment, we're on that beautiful smart trail, and the Lux algo, we're pushing up. Like I said, we've got that little bit of resistance here around about that 18, 19 pence mark. But if we could bust through that, we're straight to, like I said in the previous videos, you know, 23, 27 resistance there, break through that, we're straight up to 50. And I keep on repeating this because this is where we are at the moment, you know, and we're making our way up. Because don't forget, once that Bitcoin dominance starts to come down, and then at some point it will do, could it get up to 60%? Of course it could. It could go beyond 60% in dominance for Bitcoin. Nothing's in the rule books, like, you know, it does what it does. But if it does come down and it gets below that 50%, down to 45% dominant, I'm expecting a lot of altcoins starting to really move up and starting to make those 10x gains, you know, because like I said, it all flows from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and I've already told you that it goes to the higher caps and downwards and downwards. But at the moment, CRO, yeah, it's looking nice and strong, a little bit of a pull down, but overall looking nice and strong, just keeping on that trail. It looks really good. But like Chris said here, when hitting 70%, everything gets boring. It has got boring, and like I said, Bitcoin's sitting at 71,877. So Bitcoin's keeping a line at the moment. Obviously, get some good news today, and obviously we're going to be moving up. But also, what I'm watching out for very closely, and I'm watching every day, I'm going to the virtual assets here for like Hong Kong. So I'm just checking out, because at the moment there's only two places you can go buy crypto in Hong Kong, and this is OSL Digital and Hashblock Limited, which is a hash key exchange. They're the only two you can buy. I'm expecting, I would like to see one day, I check this out and I'll see crypto.com, whatever date it is, hopefully sooner rather than later. If we could get this on crypto.com on here, we're going straight up. I can tell you that now, because that's going to bring so much more liquidity into crypto.com. It's going to be good for us, CrowFam, for us crypto investors. It's also going to be good for bitcrypto.com in terms of the business side of things. So that's going to be really, really cool to look out for. So just bear that one in mind. Keep on checking it. I've got the alert list on, so if anything changes, I'll come straight to you and let you know. But I'm just keeping an eye on that, and hopefully that'll change. But like I said, there's so much things going on in crypto.com, and I'll put it through in other videos about all these earns and cashbacks you can get. There's new perks on the debit cards you can get as well. Like you can get these extra Apple stuff as well if you sign up to their crypto.com card. And like I said, crypto.com cards, I've got the icy white one. I use it for everything. If I go shopping, I use it. If I go coffee shop, I use it. If I want to go and buy on the crypto.com app, like some gift card, you know, for Starbucks or something like that, I'll do that. Lots of things you can do with your crypto.com card. Even in a few bull markets prior, somebody had their crypto.com card and actually bought a house with it. So there you go. But yeah, and also, like I said, if you're really interested in the crypto.com card and the app itself, it's worth downloading it, because the app is absolutely fantastic. You can get the NFTs, and obviously you can pay bills on there. There's lots of things you can do. It's worth downloading it and checking it out, like, you know, because there's lots of perks on there. Why not? With the earn features, and like I said, with the staking and such, like, it's all on there. I like it, I use it, but obviously it's worth you just downloading, checking it out and see what you think for yourself. That's all. It doesn't cost you anything to download it either, so you can get it from the App Store, or you could actually go to their website and download it that way. But overall, I can see CRO is looking fairly strong here. It's like I say, we've dropped down a little bit. I'm not worried at all. It's for me, I'm not selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing, because we're still in these early stages, in my opinion, and I really do think we've got a long way to go, and there's a lot of money to be made. But like I said, every upside, there's also going to be a bit of a downside as well. So always be prepared for that. Psychologically, be prepared. So I hope you enjoyed that video. So like I said, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. It's always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.